Oh, okay. Now,
Is it working?
Chanel, go.
Okay, our topic is on alcohol at ASU with the Greek life. Um, our assumptions about the problem is Greek life at ASU drink too much. And also drinking and college go hand in hand. So, and social atmosphere promotes it. Most of it is like social acceptance. And the study suggests that alcohol plays a central role in the Greek social environment, which makes it more difficult for members to change their behaviors than it is for other students. And also the lack of supervision, and there's nobody there to tell them what to do and, supervise them.
So our strategies to go about trying to fix this problem are centered around location. Where is it that these college students and the Greek life students are doing the majority of their alcohol consumption? Is it on campus, off campus, at events, before events, at a location away from the site? Where is it? So according to the drinking location and pre-gaming as predictors of alcohol intoxication among mandated college students, it has been shown that most college students are doing their drinking off campus and before events, not on site and not a part of the dorms or fraternity houses or sorority houses. So what this leads us to show is that a way to go about solving this problem would be to re-implement Greek row or sorority row, however the term may be, but have these houses be a part of the ASU campus or the part of ASU property. This way, they don't have quite as much liberty as they might if they are completely separate from ASU and the rules that ASU would have implemented for the Greek life to have to obey. ASU would be able to keep a closer eye on them, have a hand over how much partying they're doing, what kind of activities they're doing, things like that. So it gives them the ability to monitor it a little bit better. And with this monitoring, it makes all of the sororities and fraternities feel the need to be more cautious with their activities, whether it is with drinking or not. It makes them want to be a little bit more conservative so that they, are more under the radar, I guess you could say. In the study that was done, most participants showed that they do most of their drinking off campus and before these events. So by ASU pushing sorority and fraternity houses off campus, it actually promoted the alcohol consumption and made the issue more inflated over the years.
All right. So there are some influential factors and problems that also come along with these changes. There's an overall rise in violent acts such as fighting, unsportsmanlike conduct, and even rape when individuals are under the influence of excessive alcohol. College student alcohol consumption is involved in an estimated 599,000 injuries, 464,000 assaults by intoxicated students, sexual assaults of 97,000 people, and 180,000 college student deaths from alcohol, or 1,800 college student deaths from alcohol-related incidents per year, according to the Journal of Alcohol and Drug Education. The new Greek row that ASU is building could result in more of these drunken, violent acts. When drinking's involved and a large number of 18 to 22-year-old males are all living next to each other, a lot of conflicts could arise whether it's between fraternity brothers or different rival fraternities, or just between non-Greek members that are attending any parties. That could definitely cause some outbreaks of violence. Also, more acts of rebellion could arise since fraternities will be prohibited from drinking in their houses because ASU is a dry campus. So anything that ASU builds is you're not allowed to drink on. There was also a study conducted by Miami University that looked at the relationship between eating disorders and drinking, and they found that it's called drunkorexia. Basically, there is a correlation between people that eat less so that they can substitute their calories for alcohol, and that can lead to a lot of malnutrition issues in the future as well. So there's a lot of problems that go along with Greek life and drinking and the new Greek Grow.
All right. The community needs and assets. So to go along with that, ASU is actually following through with rebuilding Greek Row. They're actually about halfway done with it. The official restart of Greek Row is supposed to be 2018. So supposedly most of us will be out of here by then. But yeah, that's about a minimum $70 million project that ASU is conducting. That they're requiring the on-campus fraternities to sign into the housing project. Sign into the housing project, and it kind of creates a responsibility to the chapters, and because if they are to oh crap, my bad. I went off track. No, all right, they're having them sign the housing contract so that chapters can be held liable for what happens, and they're also required to at least have a little less than a third of their chapter live in the housing development, which is essentially an Adelphi twin, like the Adelphi Commons for the sororities, which includes cameras, and all the student code of conduct rules apply, even though it's technically off campus, but still on campus because ASU owns the land. So this increases the risk and liability of a fraternity itself. So they're more worried about keeping their sustainability and longevity. So long term, it should create less problems caused by the brothers because should be more enforcement within the fraternity so they don't get in trouble because they are being watched more closely. And there will be less satellite houses that the brothers will be living in because most of them will have to move back on campus into the Greek housing. Oops. But yeah.
All right. The desired result for the campaign is to decrease the consumption of alcohol in Greek life and spread awareness on how overconsumption of alcohol is not necessary for the full college experience. ASU has different strategies to enforce the college's rules and the dry campus policy. But despite their efforts, there are so many issues that arise in Greek life. Even though ASU has the rules, the Greek leaders are responsible to enforce the rules among the Greek members. According to the article titled Fraternity and Sororities Leaders and Members of Alcohol Use, Attitudes and Policy Awareness, Greek leaders perceived alcohol control policies stricter than the members did. By having the leaders enforce the policies, we will see a decrease in alcohol consumption within Greek life.
So as a whole, our overall goal is to promote that ASU continue with Greek life rather than trying to get rid of it to get rid of the alcohol. That's not really the solution, especially since it is a part of college life. The solution is just to redefine how we go about Greek life. And that is why being able to make it a part of campus rather than its own separate unit will help to be able to control these issues a little bit better with the alcohol consumption and for a better overall Greek life going forward for Arizona State.
Supposedly.